Okay. The Merc Puff. Here we go. Ow. Ow. Not much you can really do to dive past it either. It's pretty big. Alright. Got it that time though. Too bad knocking it into them buildings doesn't do much. Is it trying to eat the missiles? Use a little health kit. I've got the feeling this is going to be a dodgy one, this. Yeah, okay. It's a semi-automatic gun as well. Well, missile launcher, not gun. Gotcha. What on earth is that? Did he just lay eggs? Is he a she as well? If that's the case. So what are they doing? I don't see how those things help. But we appear to have really annoyed him. Okay, he's got a new attack. Also, one of these will work. Fire the Gupo whatevers. Because apparently that's when you do it. Okay, he's pretty annoyed. Last health bar. Should also be a checkpoint. I do like the little slow-mo that's there, it's quite nice. Okay, fire the whatever they're called. Oh, I thought it were going to do that move. When it fires out all those spores or eggs or whatever the hell they are. But apparently not. Okay, I've honestly no idea what these fish things I've just spent the past half an hour collecting have even done in this fight, but I just needed the missile launcher. I mean, hell, honestly, he could have put me in here and just strapped my own gun to the top. I'd have probably done just as well. That's that then. The world is saved. The world eaters are dead. It's not going to be it though, is it?
That was the last of them. You've sealed the fate of the tribe and the tree. It's time for the end game. You have your destiny. Follow it all the way back to Out of Date. He never told anyone about what's next, but he's sure it involves you. Just continue to stay true to yourself and respect others whatever happens. You've become their pride, the guiding light of the tribe. It's time to return to the tree one last time. He's learned you discovered and activated the last of the arcs. How exciting. That's the only word that really works for him. Just imagine how much more of the world you can see in the arc. You fought well for the world. You can be... Questions if you could possibly have any open spaces left for...
So, what we have here is
Yep.
an opportunity to help.
Why?
If you want to go quickly,
Same dialogue even. Right, we're off.
Almost can't speak. He's so happy to be joining your voyage. Wiz knows it's the same old, but he likes talking to you. We'll be around.
And we got one last level up. You know, these, yeah, the puzzles are getting a bit close. Right. Revenge weapons have reload time reduced, doesn't matter. Toy tinkerer could be useful. We'll save up, we might get like gunsmith or wet. We'll not even get to wear that before the end. Oh my. Oh wow. That one actually works with this. If we were going for style points, that's the one that actually kind of works with it. The gas mask kind of looks built into it, doesn't it? Did this have any add-ons on it? Yeah, I don't believe it did. There we go, we could put some bits on. We can give Sonic a nose. Right, let's do add-ons before we go into the end. Right. Well, we'll start with the torso. Okay, that had a really good add-on, whatever that is. Oh, it's highlighted, so it's the iron cage. There's a couple that had 1 or 2, but not a whole lot. Yeah, no point adding them there. So how much did they add? 10. 10. Oh no, not 10, so it's not 65, is it? It's 63. So yeah, 8. Yeah, they had quite an impact, didn't they? Yeah. So we're better off actually keeping that on, purely because, though this might have better stats, it doesn't have the extra 2 add-ons. You'd be giving up about 20 armor. Right. Let's try the legs. Do these have... They have 2. We can add some knee pads. Some metal knee pads. We now have over 200 armor. That looks like a nose, I guess, for Sonic. So that'd take us to 30. I mean, that gives us slightly more, but put that... Oh, is it going to put it there? Okay, well, whatever. Sonic is complete. Just these bulges coming from the middle of his head and chin. And just the bit bolted to the back, because why not? We need a shoulder pad for the shoulder pad. That's what we need. 44 there. Ooh, 45 at the bottom. I mean, they'll have like little bits of resistances and everything, but yeah, that'll be fine. Right. Okay. So, out shrapnels. A saw blade would help. Not much, but a little bit. Why is it going... Saw blade, skate cutter. Armor piercing, yes. So there's now just a saw blade embedded in it. Lovely. And this, in fact, let's just... Ooh. Can stick that on. Okay, hang on. Yeah, something's up there. Hang on. Oh, I bet it's because this was still adding, so okay. So we can have... We'd lose a bit of damage, but gain a bunch of range, reload speed, and one extra on the mag. Or there would be rifles where we could go up to 436 on the damage, or even go on put on explosive rounds, but the fire rate drops through the floor, unfortunately. So we've got small clip, which we have. We've got less damage but higher crit on the small extended mag, and better reload speed. Tumbler drum would take us to 48, but would lose a lot of reload speed. However, we can, it has to be pointed out, we can now insta reload, so the reload speed isn't too big of a deal. I can go for the armor piercing, which actually removes some of the armor piercing. I think I'm going to go tumbler drum just because, well, it looks derpy as hell, but also it gives us extra magazine capacity, so right, we can go with, so let's see, up to 114 there. More range, but it looks really stupid. That looks absolutely ridiculous. Range goes up a lot with that, though no change in damage at that point. And I say 120 top on the top end, so that puts it up a bit. That knocks it down, but gives us extra range. Somehow, even though the barrel's smaller. That lowers damage slightly, but gives us range and armor piercing. That gives us a damage up, but costs a little bit of range. What kind of awful monstrosity is this going to be? Well, I thought the wide eye were good. Look at that. Goes to 130. Jesus Christ. The final weapon is complete. We are ready. With whatever the hell that is. To fight whatever the last bit is. Unless we just catapult
There
into
are
the sky.
shadows forming again.
You never know, we might just fly off in the arc, I guess. Maybe that's it. We've filled all the seats though, so that's sorted. Have I leveled up just from getting here? Oh yeah, because I've picked all 4 seats. Or was that the level up that I just used? It might have been. That's something as well. We've still not used our lightning yet. Still not had an opportunity. Right.
Miami.
Out of Date says the signs of the end of the world are everywhere.
Tuluaba volua.
The day of reckoning is coming, and you are invited.
Maoketo tolu ayadre.
If you haven't decided whom of all like-minded, light-hearted beings you've met have earned a seat on the Ark yet, it's time to do that now.
No, we just gave the last one out.
Then grasp your last chance to make sure Loopalupin's stopped for good. The tree settled its score, but it left yours half done.
Nuekek ujbar no barke.
He says you need to see Loopalupin eye to eye one last time.
To wavu.
He's happy to help.
Evunku tu buvum.
Thinks Gizmo is one of the best. Glad you finally met him.
Evunku tu buvum.
Says you should take care.
Ya lumawa.
He guesses you're back for more.
Tolumawa wanya.
Wouldn't be so...
Right. End of the world, accept your destiny. Well, that's ominous. So, what's it, Loopalumen's still knocking about, is it? Didn't the tree eat him? I'm sure the tree ate him. So it didn't digest him fully, I guess. Well, might as well ride off on this. Seeing as it's the end bit. Yeah, over at his camp. Oh, we're nearly there. Maybe I should have just got on a normal mount, this is a bit slow. Right. Here we are. Nearly. We're gonna get the finger gun. Oh, we've got a tribe here as well.
The Sifu is seeking revenge too. He hasn't forgotten what Loopalupin did, but he also wants to stop him from attacking his tribe. That the world seems to survive. He hopes you agree, even if it goes against your light. There's no room for predators in the world the mirror. But he knows this is your fight. You should handle it. Lupa
Oh, is it
Lupin's
busting
own
out?
fear was his shackles, not the roots of the tree. It just changed him. You have a chance to stand back and let the tribe handle it.
Oh, that is terrifying. Dodge, dodge. Okay, doing the reload on this is actually rather difficult. It fires that quick. There. There's no way that you can convince me that that grappling hook that we got a while back is actually better than this thing. And we are stuck on a wall. Okay, we can't actually get out from that apparently. Wait a minute, I've just thought of something. Right, let's get this first stage out of the way. Oh, I could have done the reload then. And there's reload.
The
Boomerang,
seafood
okay.
is ready to step into the fray. Are the odds about to change in your favor?
Incendiary module. Wait, does that only... It's not even like half a mag worth. We only have one of those? Good lord. I was thinking that were going to be a big, you know, ace in the hole then that would change it all in our favour, but apparently not. It's only a half magazine worth of bullets in it. Oh, I thought I dodged that, but apparently not. I can actually hit him across there as well now because of the extra range. That should be it though. Oh, has he killed the seafood?
If a friend dies, something inside you dies. You can save the seafood by making yourself a part.
Right. I'll be honest. I'm not just going to use only... I'm not only going to use the ranged weapons on this, it will be a bit of a cheese fight, wouldn't it? I would be kind of cheesing it. We will finish him ourselves with our Giga Blade. Now with a saw blade to go with the Giga Blade. Ooh. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. Oh.
Shockwaves spread when the world crumbles. This is not a prophecy, me telling you about the future. It's you shaping it. Here's a powerful display.
Ow. Ow. So, we've got another 3 boss stages. Apparently this guy just doesn't die. And he's gone Super Saiyan. Uh-oh. Small medkit will do. Okay. Yeah, I've decided this is my new favourite gun ever.
The more he does, the stronger he becomes.
Ooh. So that's the new move for phase 2. Also, he does lots more of those now. Yeah, he's just spamming those now, isn't he? Ooh. Oh dear. There we go. Does so little damage though, that. Well, I dodged one. Just about. So there's that at least. I don't think you can even do this one in melee, can you? Like this part, I don't think you'd be able to get close enough. It'd certainly be a hell of a lot harder. There's the reload. Action. You have to really focus to hit those perfect reloads, because there's no real... There isn't like a noise clue or much of a visual clue other than that little R1 popping up. It's very easy to miss, especially when it's fast firing like this. Ooh, ow, ow, ow. I will say... Ooh. Yeah, we'll need to use a medkit there. Yeah, the Giga Blade still absolutely shreds her. As good as this is, the fact of the matter is that the Giga Blade is still an absolute powerhouse. 2 swipes on the Giga Blade is equal to like a full magazine from this. Ow. The issue is though that to get in with the Giga Blade you have to get in there. Now, is this the final stage or will there be a 3rd stage?
So, this is how it ends. The Predator and the world itself suffering. But at least it's a sign they're both still alive.
So, what we have here is a clear matter of life and death. And
That was unexpected, but welcomed. The big bad predator left for dead. I wouldn't have wanted to miss this for the world.
I think the thing we're really missing here is someone with a heart and soul. The only thing we've got left are those who've lost their minds.
Heart and soul, life and death are one thread. The same line viewed from different sides. It's just that my side is so much better.
Well, anyone in their right mind can see you're lost. But you're right about the thread. Unfortunately, it's been very dark and has run throughout, taken friends, parents, and now yet another life.
Well,
We all make choices, but in
Yeah.
the end, our choices make us. There's no peace without forgiveness.
yes, but also he killed my mother
It's
to
no
get
better
back
time than now to
at
accept the
me
helping
for something
hand.
she had done. So, you know, it's just I have done nothing to him until this. But anyway, yeah, you don't lose aura as far as I tell, you just gain. Not quite enough to get the orbital strike though, unfortunately, before the end. Not that we need it now anyway.
Do you wonder what turn life might have taken if you'd done things different? A left when you went right? A yes when you said no? You've walked the thin line between survival and disaster and haven't lost your balance yet. It's because of you the Tree of Life and the world has been given a second chance. You carried the light in a world full of dark and made a difference in a place that needed change. You allied with the Myriad tribe and acted on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. However, light and dark does simply represent the polarities of life. One can't exist without the other. This isn't the end. Just being surrounded by nature as it heals itself will rejuvenate us. Nature will teach us how to survive. So, trust your conscience to show you the way, and everything else will follow.
Oh, we're literally following it. And we're going to the Ark.
As foretold, you were destined to split the chains of this world. But you're not alone. You filled the Ark, and those that shared your perspective and gained your trust will accompany you on your journey.
God, just the derpy faces.
Is there a world out there that's better suited for those imbalanced in their light nature than this one? Whether or not, we'll leave your story on record, so those who come after will know you followed your light nature and saved the world. So, when all is said and done, it turned out to be an unusual ending after all. What could be better than ending the story the right way?
Quest to finish on, but we made it in the end. We made it after all. I will say, it is. It was definitely a good game, but I think it definitely overstays its welcome at the end. And I think they know it as well. When that tribe quest just kind of finishes itself, I think the developers probably knew, yeah, getting you to go around to all 6 going round to every single one of the tribes, so it'd be all of the 5 rival ones. Even when some are meant to be on the good side as well, it wouldn't make sense. And it would just drag on and on and on. So, it seems that, yeah, I think that final quest, oh god, that was just... It started off, didn't it, with the first one, the mech one. It's like, okay, you find the ammo for the mech and the box with parts, and that's it, and you're off. Same with the Goop Glider. You find the box of parts, you find the ammo, you're off. But then after that, it's got longer and longer each time. That submarine one just, oh my Christ. I don't even know what they did in the end in that fight. We collected all that stuff. I don't even know what it did. And just stupid, asinine, pointless things that you were doing. But I think that's been kind of a general theme of the game all the way through. It's just been I guess, what you would call a mess of ideas and weird design decisions. It's good to see a team making an open world game and actually trying different things and seeing if they can do something new. And not just in its art and design style, but also, again, in a lot of the weird mechanics and ideas that are in this. But again, a lot of them are kind of in there almost pointlessly. The one I'll keep mentioning, you put the parts together on a weapon to create the weapon, but then you have to randomly spend resources for that to go through. Why? Why do I need to do that? Why can't I just swap and change the parts on things? You know, the upgrade system that reminds me of is Fallout 4, but the thing is with Fallout 4 is you use the resources to actually create the parts. If you already have the part, you can just take it off the weapon and put it onto a different one. So it seems a bit strange that they've done that here. But yeah, other mechanics, like why even is there a tribe war? I feel like the game would probably be better off without it. It's not very well polished and put together. You don't even do all the tribes, you only do 2. And yeah, a lot of the outposts are just copy paste. Like the actual outpost layouts are copy paste, but then the missions are very similar each time. Right? Just don't. Either that, or if you are going to include it, it has to be way more effort put in. You know, you have to put way more effort in and actually try to make something of it. If you're looking at a mechanic in a game and you see, you know, you start thinking, well, would this actually add to the player's enjoyment, Or is it just, box ticking? Is the player just doing this task as something to do to pad out the gameplay? If it's that you're doing, you really shouldn't be doing that. You should never be doing that. Because it becomes boring and asinine, and it's better to have a 6-hour long game where someone's completely engaged throughout, rather than to have, a 60-hour game where they're just running around checking things off the boxes, which brings me to the side missions. What on earth were these side missions? I mean, my god, they were awful. It's just a collectathon. They're all just collectathons. Go here, collect this, go here, collect that, collect this thing, collect that thing. And just running around grabbing stuff. And some of them, these old world devices, just these stupid puzzles, and you don't even get anything from them. It feels like they've created this nice, interesting world where they've got a lot of different characters, this different aesthetic to it, with these weird evolution, these weird mutant monsters that come out of a post-apocalypse. But then they've just filled the sandbox with just more sand. It's just all sand, the sandbox is just sand. It's meant, you're meant to have it filled with interesting things that draw me in to do them. By the time I'd done the Goo Glide, I'm like, oh god, even the story missions are getting cookie cutter. And they got longer and longer as you went through. They should get shorter. As you draw into the end, it should be getting shorter rather than longer to quicken the pace as you approach the boss. Hell, I wouldn't have minded if on that last one with the sub he said, no, you're just ready to go. I don't need anything. It'd have been a nice change. It'd have even subverted your expectations a bit if it had just been, oh no, while you were doing all that other stuff, I've just done it myself. It's fine. That'd been lovely. But no, so unfortunate. And again, it's just, like I say, just a weird mishmash of ideas. Some of them hit, some of them don't. The tribe war, I think, just didn't hit. The repetitive nature of things didn't really hit home. The things that really hit home, I think, were the things that if I were to do another RPG, and I would, honestly, they've done a decent job with this. I think there's a lot of mistakes that they've made here by just throwing ideas at the wall. But now they've had time to see which ones have stuck. I honestly think now they could go into another RPG, another open world game, and probably do a lot better. I really liked the idea of how you leveled up. You'd got. I would honestly give the player more points to spend for a start. I'd give him a few more points, not many. Maybe after the first 10 levels, give them 2 upgrade points instead of just 1. Or maybe do it the opposite way around. Maybe give them the first 10 levels, give them an extra upgrade point. Let them get started a bit. But, yeah, it could do something like that. But I like that you can kind of just go into anything. Too many RPGs lock you in early on. It's like, oh, but you're playing as the archer character, and heaven forbid you pick up a sword. Your sword skill or whatever, or your one-handed weaponry skill is so unbelievably low that, you hit them with a sword and it somehow deflects off them. That sort of thing. Where if you haven't been using that one weapon since the beginning of the game, there's no point even bothering to try. It's like, no, you absolutely should be able to do that. But I do appreciate that. Oh, we've got a new game plus. Keep all gear and progression, start at the foot of the tree, skip the initial parts of the game, begin allying with any of the 6 tribes before venturing out in the world, and replaying all of the quests and events. Try making other choices, switching your order to the opposite. What you played the first times, it will give you different end results. Select save slot for the new game plus. I suppose the one that we... In fact, now we'll create a new one. But it was... It's kind of derailed my trail of thought there. Yeah, so that was picking up abilities and things, yeah. I really like how you can kind of just swap out your weapons, swap out things like that. You can easily move from one play style to another. The combat, the moment-to-moment combat is actually quite good. For a first attempt, I'd say that this is really good. The blocking didn't seem to be very useful. Blocking and parrying seemed to be kind of useless. Dodging is really good in comparison, and jumping even on the larger enemies. But generally it were alright. I think there could probably be a couple more combos thrown in there. One thing that I think was a missed trick, I think that when you created your character and it kind of did that whole body morphing thing, where if you made yourself smart it gave you a massive head, and if you were really buff it made your arms and shoulders really, your arms were really big and your shoulders became very broad, but your head became tiny because you weren't intelligent anymore. If that could have actually kept going in the game, so each time you put more points into strength your character actually bulked up a bit, and so you could end up becoming this weird amorphous creature as you went through, depending upon your decisions. That would have been quite interesting to see, so I'd have been interested in seeing that. The puzzles were a bit, again, another thing that just didn't hit the mark. I think that the puzzles were easy at best, but when it got trickier it became, well, did you put enough intelligence points to pass this or not? Now, I kept putting some intelligence points in every now and then, but yeah, if it generated you a puzzle that has a minimum of you've got a minimum of 8 moves required for it, then you can't do that if you've made your character not very intelligent. You just can't do it. That you could get an impossible puzzle toward the end, from what I can tell. Unless it maybe generates them in a weird way where it tries to gauge what your intelligence level is and match the puzzle to it, but then it'd defeat the point of there even being an intelligence stat. So I don't think they quite landed. I think that with the charisma skill as well, utterly pointless. You only need to pass a skill check when you are choosing what... It's certain outposts you can skip if you pass a skill check. There might be a few on the other quests or side quests, but and you get better prices, but that's it. And taking a skill check can risk losing 1 charisma, which, if you lose that charisma point, that's like removing a level, isn't it? It's like, oh, you've lost a level. What? You can't remove stats. That's not only, it completely invalidates that stat choice entirely. The fact that it's not really used, and if you screw it up, which is completely random luck based, it will remove part of the stat from you. It completely destroys its purpose whatsoever. Just avoid charisma at all costs. There's no purpose to it. Why even bother? But yeah, all in all, but like I say, it's a good game, but I think that the biggest issue with it, in spite of all of everything there and all the good, all the bad, before I forget as well, the tribal weapons. Why? So there's 6 completely new, different weapon types, completely new types of weapons with their own combos, their own animations that I cannot use because you have to defeat those tribes to get them. Right, so you'd have to go through the conquest of the tribes all the way to the end to get every single weapon. And then they only give you that one. Like once you've got the staff or the boomerang or the grappling hook that I found, I think the others were like throwing stars and there were crossbow or something. But all of those, you can get them all, and you cannot upgrade them. There's no upgrade path whatsoever for those weapon types, right? You cannot upgrade the base boomerang. You cannot upgrade the base staff. You can't upgrade them. You don't find new ones. You quickly out level them, right? I mean, yeah, that grapple that we got off that last tribe it did 1,200 damage or something crazy, and the boomerang did, I think, just shy of 500 if you hit someone with them. But I have a gun that deals just shy of 200 damage and fires 40 rounds every few seconds. Why on earth would I take anything else? And the same with the staff, it does like 500 odd damage. I've got a Giga Blade that does over 1,000. Why would I bother with them? You know, there's an entire weapon type there that's completely, it's been added to the game. Someone's done all the animation work and made the 3D model and done all that, and it never gets used. And that happens with all 6 of the weapons. Some you don't even unlock if you just beeline through. You'll not even unlock most of them. Yeah, I think literally you'll unlock half. Absolutely bizarre. Just again, it's a mishmash of strange decisions and choices. Is this, and on about choices as well? Your choices don't matter that much, I think. So I think just determines what cutscene you get at the end, most likely, if that. But it's one of those games that prattles on about choices all the time. Like literally every character you meet comments on your choices so far. Then goes on about the past, remembering things, and then prattles on about their philosophy on life before they finally give you the quest. There's lots of pointless dialogue in this, but like I said, there's a lot of things that are messy, a lot of things that aren't quite there, and things that I would tweak, that they should change. And they just, yeah, like I said, that if they were to make another one, I'd hope that they'd look back at this and change a lot of it. There's a lot that they've done right, and it's a good game, but pretty much everything that they've done that's worked well has also missed the mark in a massive way. Right, before my voice gives way. Right, thank you very much for watching and getting to the end of the series. It was getting a bit long in the tooth toward the end there, I think, but we made it through. I will see you in the next series. I've got a few others on at the moment. There'll be a Last Spell, Until We Die, Necromunda. I just got Red Solstice and Industries of Titan I might be doing a series on, but again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.